And you can see you can increase or decrease that speed as well.
She went head down, this one went out. Right. Should have gone down because everything's up.
Right.
So,
there you go.
do that.
So there's been a bit of a glitch with this, with turning the air blower off.
Okay.
Those things shouldn't be happening back there. Basically, the air blower should shut off, and that should be the end of it.
Okay.
So we're trying to figure out what that is. But with you guys working on away from the terminal areas, you should be able to leave it on all the time.
Yeah, because it's down right now.
Yeah.
Should be on. Okay. Now if it's extinct.
Yeah, exactly. So that's something that we've got a glitch on. Yeah, see, but it's on automatic. The way we engineered it was it always would be on. I wanted the
we're
option
gonna
to
always
shut
have
it
it
off.
on. But I mean, really, there's never really times that we don't.
And I talked to Keith, oh, they can always be turning it off. And I'm like, if you're out on the airfield, there's no reason to be turning it on and off. If you're at the terminal, okay, I can understand, but
yeah, even then, we
so you can increase or decrease it. The reason we put the number there is so that the next operator can get in and see if the other guy adjusts it.
Okay.
And then when you're operating in automatic, you can turn off the plow at any time. Then we go over to the next screen, which is going to be, I can't remember, you guys seen this yet? No?
Well, except for your presentation.
Right, okay. So now I got my diff locks, it's in two-wheel drive. If I turn axle locks on, it's four-wheel drive. So both differentials are locked up.
Okay.
This is my posi across this way, so that's why it's momentary.
Okay.
It should always be off in a two-wheel drive. So if you get in the cab and the guy's having trouble steering, you can immediately look at two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. You know what I mean? Then I've got my manual automatic rear steering. Here's your fault code clear. So if you get a fault code, like you did in the old machines, a red reset button, that would be the reset version.
Okay.
Manual left and right if you ever wanted to. Air suspension up and down, but you know guys don't worry about that. Now if I press and hold this same button, it takes me to a different screen. Now I've got my dates, my screen brightness. When you reset the broom, once you change the broom, that's the button you press to reset it back to 1170.
Okay.
Then here's the reset. Now triple meter I did myself because I was always curious as to what the other crews were doing. They say they did all this, but what did they really travel?
Yeah,
so I would reset mine to 0 when I left the truck, get back in the morning and know what they had done. And reset it for myself so I knew what I had done.
Right.
Pretty amazing.
Right. Yeah,
but it was something I always did for myself. Now the screen brightness is also here. There it is.
Okay.
Okay, so that button. All right.
Yeah, so one button gets you to where you want to be.
That's easy.
Now, if we're in automatic push the joystick forward. Okay, so now these buttons here, up and down.
Yep.
It says 105%. I can increase or decrease my broom speed with these buttons.
Okay. That's up or down though, right?
Yeah, higher or lower. You see the percentage come up?
Yep. I mean, as far as if you got it up or down.
No, it's got to be down.
Oh, it has to be down first.
Yeah, so it tells you what you're doing. You know?
Okay.
Keith was saying a lot of times the guys are making adjustments, so I don't really know necessarily why. But, and there was another thing they were talking about, which is, it's a culture. We've been having a lot of problems. I don't know if the other manufacturers have been having problems with their depth and all that shit, the regen. And the amount of time these guys will sit on the field and wait is really a problem. They shouldn't be sitting for 4 hours or 3 hours in any part of the field without moving. The whole point is to keep it moving. So that kind of concerns me from an operation perspective. And I know they've been doing it a certain way for so many years, they don't want to change. But all I know is, like, when I go to Toronto, they do 5 runways in 1 hour. They do it again, they do it again. The only place they stop on the field is at the maintenance center. They do a route, they come back to the maintenance center, then they wait. But they control the field, so they say, well, I want a window at 1200, right? They get their window at 1200. I have another one at 1300 and 1400, but I can pass as I go depending on the weather. So instead of waiting to get the runways from the tower, they're already preceding the storm.
Right.
So control it a much better, more.
We do it that way too, but it's controlled by the FAA. So we actually put in a request, but they still have the ultimate say. So if they say, hey, I can't give this up, but there is a checks and balances when it comes to the operations side. There is a checks and balances on that, because what happens is after a certain amount of time, after 60 minutes of no one actually being out on a runway or actually surveying a runway, we have to close it automatically. So that was put in place because they weren't giving us the runway so we could actually go out and clear. So, but the sitting, that's politics, unfortunately. The sitting is, honestly, I wish there was a way we could figure out how not. I mean, these guys will sit on there for 10, 12 hours sometimes, and nothing will happen.
Yeah.
But then every machine's running, they're required to sit in the cab. But
Yeah.
So the high idle on this
It's right on the screen.
oh, it's right on the screen. Okay.